everybody, and welcome once again to another episode of Bill Has Opinions, your can't miss Bill shit for the week. I am Laura Lavoie, and I'm here with Bill Perkins.
Hey.
He has opinions.
I do.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hi,
Thank you.
Everyone. How are you? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to this week? I hosted trivia yesterday.
Oh, that's right. You've been doing the trivia
I've been doing the trivia thing every other Sunday at this spot. That was, it was a thing I did. And
we'll come down one of these Sundays.
Yeah, do it. And you'll probably win that week. No, last night there was actually no crowd because we didn't think, I don't know, like
Father's Day.
Yeah, that like nobody's gonna come out for that. But so it's kind of like hanging out by myself, just reading questions to the air. No, there was a team or two, but it was not a huge turnout. So
sure.
Anyway,
sure. But hey, as long as you have fun doing it,
yeah,
kind of like this show,
yeah,
in our number of viewer.
It's kind of like that. Yes, It's like I have a few drinks and I say some stuff.
Right.
I also put together an entire Spotify playlist for people to listen to while I'm doing the thing.
Right. And I did see that you had you actually you have themes for
I have themes this year.
You did last year too, but they weren't pre-advertised.
Right. Yeah. We went ahead and did we're trying to get ahead of it so it's like a little easier. Like I don't have to come up with a thing like the week before,
Sure. No, I get that. I know because I produce the show.
Yeah, you know how that works. Like if you have to come, like, oh my God, what am I doing? So anyway, yes. So I did that. What else went on this week? Oh, we got a new bed yesterday.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, I guess the verdict's still out. Like
a new mattress or a new
the whole thing. We got an adjustable, like a bed that goes up and down like old people.
Yeah,
because we are. And
at least you are. Your wife is still a little spry.
She's the one who wanted the bed that went up and down. I could give a hang. Like honest to God, you give me a flat mattress. You can get me a piece of plywood to sleep on. I'll be fine. She likes a softer mattress than I do also. But
with the up and down one, can you do different?
No, it's not one of those half and half up
that's
and downs.
Unfortunate.
It's a the whole bed goes up and down. Not you can get a half and half up and down. It just costs you more. You can get a half and half up and down that vibrates and heats and all this other shit if you want to spend the money.
So did you order it a month ago or months ago?
The funny story, I started to order one a few months ago. And then something happened. Oh, I had a coupon and somehow or another it mismatched the bed and the frame so that they were wrong, and I had to cancel like half the order and then try to put the right thing back together, but then it wouldn't take my coupon. Like it was like you already applied your coupon.
You're like, but I didn't get the thing.
No, it wasn't a coupon. Sorry, it was the 18 months 0% finance.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'd be pissed.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Sounds like it's a pain in the ass. Just cancel the whole order. And then after I did that, I went and read that apparently Nectar was like months behind on shipping.
Anyway, right?
Yeah, you weren't going to get it anytime soon. So, but you would still be your clock would already be ticking on your 0% financing, even though you wouldn't have the product for several months.
Right. Exactly.
So, anyway, so I canceled that whole thing. Also, I don't like the company that the financing was through. What is it? Acclaim or not Acclaim? Something like that.
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah, the
I can't remember.
Internet.
Acclaim was a video game company, but
it's something like that.
But it is something like that. Anyway, it's a company I don't like to do financing through. I've had bad experiences in the past, and I was like, I don't really want to finance through these.
Basically, all it is like it's not an official financing. It's just it's like an internet financing. Like you did this purchase through the internet, so you can finance it. So you don't really have a lot of like recourse because if something were to happen.
Exactly. Which is why I don't want to do business with them, because I've had bad experiences in the past with them, and I just like everything about the whole thing stunk. So anyway, we tried to do this months ago, and then the other day, something happened. The cat peed on the bed. No. Is what happened. And Emily was just like, you know what? We've been needing a new mattress anyway. To hell with this. I'm done. Like, let's just go get a new mattress. We went to Sam's Club. They actually have the Nectar mattress at Sam's Club for less than Nectar charges for it. It's probably not the same exact product, because that's the thing that Sam's and Walmart does to companies, is make them make like a low-end version.
Yeah, knockout. Like not a knockoff. It's the actual brand, but
it's a low end
low
version. Yeah, something that they can sell for less.
Yeah.
And then anyway, but here's the thing about it: they have them in stock. Like you can just roll up and they throw it in your car, and you don't have to wait 6 months for it to show up and all that horse shit. You know.
Are they still like the bed in a box type thing? So you still have to even though they do the whole thing. That's right, the whole thing does the thing.
Yeah.
So it's not two different.
Well, yeah.
So
no, we bought the frame we got is actually a Serta frame that does this.
Okay.
But the mattress we bought was a Nectar, and Emily says the verdict's still out on that mattress. She's listen, it's all on her. She's got more back pain than I have. So.
I will the one bit of unsolicited advice I'll give her, because we bought a bed in the box a few years ago, and I don't like space age foam mattresses because I do find them really hard, and I prefer something soft. What I did instead, we bought a space age foam mattress, one a good one, quality mattress, and I bought like a really nice plushy topper, like not a foam, but like it was like fake down because I'm allergic to
but like a pillow top.
A pillow top, yeah. A pillow top topper, and holy shit, it's been the most comfortable fucking thing.
I mentioned this because she said something about it, and I was like, you can get a topper too, like so whatever.
It was worth it.
We'll see. The thing I do like about having picked up at Sam's Club is this: if we don't like it and we decide we don't want it, instead of having to like figure out how to wrap it all up and ship it back to somebody, you just roll back to Sam's Club and like, here, this is your problem.
Absolutely.
And apparently they sell the Casper one now at Target. So if we don't like the Nectar one, what we're going to do is we're going to haul that back to Sam's Club and then get the Casper one from Target and check that out.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then we'll figure out where we're at.
That's fair. We ended up with Tuft and Needle with another one of those, space age foam. And I really like it with the topper on it. Without the topper on it,
And did you have to buy it off the internet or somebody locally sell it?
No, I bought it off the
internet. Okay.
No, it's fine. But we bought it off the internet on purpose because we bought it when we moved back to Atlanta for those 3 years. And we didn't want to move a mattress.
Yeah, you just wanted to show up.
We just wanted it to show up.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, God. And I'll tell you that. That's a life hack. I've done this a time or two in my life, is if you're moving to another town, sell all your belongings, just buy new shit when you get there. Don't move it. I mean, like the personal shit,
things,
a couple boxes, but don't like furniture. They got tables in that town. Like,
exactly.
Fucking buy one when you get there.
Yeah.
Like
every time we've moved, we've made that like, here's what we really do want, and here's what we know we don't want this thing anymore. We can get another one where we are.
Well, and you don't want to like have to run a truck, like a box truck to haul all that shit.
We did, but
okay.
That's the thing. We rented a box truck to haul. At that time, we had a sectional sofa that we liked, but it was getting old. But I didn't want to buy a new one for only 3 years.
Sure.
So I wanted to take that with us and then get rid of it after.
Okay. So you didn't move it back. But
we didn't move it back.
Okay.
Right.
Well, you still kind of follow the same sort of rule, though.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm just saying, a move is a good time to purge some things.
It really is. Yeah.
And sometimes, like I said, if you're moving from if you're moving across town, that's one thing. But if you're moving, like a state or two away, sometimes it's best just to be like, I don't need this shit. Like, I'll pick up new shit when I get there.
Yeah. No, we moved a lot of stuff from Michigan to Atlanta. And then after that, we were like, nope.
Never again. Yeah.
Well, that time we had movers because it was a company.
Oh, yeah. You got paid to move.
So we had movers. So we had someone move, and it worked out fine. But once we were there and we were moving out of that apartment into the house, we're like, we don't love any of this.
Yeah. I don't need this crap. Yeah.
But it was also, at that point, years old. So it didn't matter. All right. Anyway, we haven't even gotten to the beers. What are you drinking?
Oh, what am I? Oh, I'm still drinking the Fat Tire from last week, but on deck here I've got a Carlsberg.
Wait, what is it?
Carlsberg.
Yeah, but it's an elephant
premium
Pilsner?
elephant Pilsner. Yes.
What makes that different from a regular Carlsberg?
They've got 3 or 4 varieties, and they just call this one elephant.
Do they?
I don't know whether an elephant
Well, it says it's unforgettable, so
it's unforgettable. Unforgettable. No, I think it's because it's unforgettable because the elephant sucked up all the water in his trunk and then sprayed it into the tank.
Made it.
And it's got a little bit of elephant mucus So that
a little elephant in every beer.
Yeah.
I do. So Carlsberg in particular, I've got fond memories of Carlsberg because when we went to London to see the Detroit Lions play, Detroit at Wembley.
Yeah.
So normally at a regular soccer match, they don't serve alcohol during the game because people get
in fights.
They get violent.
Yeah. They used to.
Yeah.
But they have problems.
But for American football, they're like, the NFL was like, this is literally
this is what we do. And we promise you there won't be any of that hooliganism.
Not to that level.
Not to that level.
Not unless you're Philly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, that only happens in Philly.
It only happens in Philadelphia. But the only beer they had at the stadium, that was it. The only beer was Carlsberg.
Oh, what?
So we had to drink Carlsberg.
It's a good beer, though.
No, it was fine.
It's a good beer.
Fine.
I bought it the other day. I was at the store and I was like, it's not. I think it's Dutch, not German.
I think so, yeah.
But close enough.
Which is funny that it was at Wembley. Like, there weren't British brands that Wembley could sell, but it was definitely Carlsberg. Right. I'm not misremembering that. I know it was Carlsberg.
Okay. But was it Elephant or one of their other?
No, I don't know because it was a draft.
Well, this
it was whatever they gave me.
It was just they had a Carlsberg in a green can. They had
I think it was the green.
And then they had this one that said Elephant Pilsner. And I said
premium. You know it's premium because it's gold.
Yeah,
that's how you know.
Look at it.
It's very gold.
Look at that, and it's got an elephant on it, which elephants are also not cheap.
They're also premium.
You can't afford an elephant.
No, you cannot. I challenge you to go buy an elephant.
I mean, if you buy it, you can't maintain the upkeep. I guarantee.
That's true. I mean, you have to. Yeah, you have to have the space for an elephant.
And what do they eat? Like 1,000 pounds of food a day or something?
A lot of peanuts, from what I understand.
A lot of peanuts.
You gotta have a lot of peanuts.
They don't work for peanuts.
They don't work for anything. Although some of them do paint the pictures. So you can sell if you had an elephant. You can sell their pictures.
You can exploit your elephant. There you go.
Perfect. I mean, it's not like we don't exploit a lot of other things in our lives. Might as well exploit the elephant anyway.
Exploiting elephants is how you get elephants that kill people, though.
Exploiting elephants is the name of my. Oh God, what cover band would that be? Why can't I? Shit, what's an animal themed cover band? If I hadn't already been drinking, I could be the answer. But yes, I know Exploiting Elephants is the name of my. Somebody help me.
I feel like that'd be a 10,000 Maniacs cover band for some reason.
Could be.
I don't know why though.
It just feels.
It feels like 10,000 Maniacs.
10,000 Maniacs cover band. Anyway,
I feel like that's what it is.
So here's the thing. Welcome to one of our favorite episodes of the year. Well, quarterly we do these only because it's easier.
Yeah, and it's our catch-all for little shit that we didn't have time for, and it wasn't a whole show, whatever. But
I find them hilarious because we're way more off the cuff sometimes when we have an actual theme.
Yeah.
So I think we just roll with it. That's how we got into Exploiting Elephants.
Yeah.
It's like, God, there's a band that has animals in the name. Obviously, animals.
Animal Collective?
Animal Collective.
Okay.
Exploiting Elephants is my Animal Collective cover band. That was a long way for that joke, folks. I hope you enjoyed it.
All right.
All right. Anywho, all right. Do you have a monologue this week? Is there anything you want to start us off?
I don't know how I would do that. We can start with whatever the thing is. Let's just go ahead and go to the ad.
All right.
I want to talk to you about my aunt's gout.
Oh, do you? Did our merchandise cure her gout?
Well, she didn't purchase any of our merchandise, but she saw a picture.
Jesus Christ, I'm glad that image was on the screen because I literally did a spit take. Oh my God. She didn't buy any of our merchandise.
You would know. There were no sales.
No sales. Zero sales.
But she saw the picture and suddenly she said, wow, I don't feel my gout anymore.
But come on, folks. Please buy our merchandise. We're begging you.
So if you buy during Pride Month, there's an extra incentive. I'll give $1 to a drag queen.
And I'll donate $1 to the HRC.
There you go. Oh my God.
Oh no, we need a
party foul.
We need a napkin.
Oh
we
boy.
Need a napkin.
Oh.
We need a paper towels. Anyway, we'll keep going while we get the paper towels. So yeah, party foul. This is why we're not going to be allowed to do this.
I know, right? This is what happens.
Anymore. Here you go.
I think this will do.
All right.
Honestly.
I almost put that in front of the camera. Which would have been a shitty place to put it. Anyway, so buy our merchandise.
But you can stay shitty.
I could. You guys Danny Shitty.
You can
by buying some of our merchandise. How are we this drunk already?
I don't know.
I don't actually think we are. I had like 2.
No, I was just motioning. I'm very animated sometimes, and I move my hands around when I'm talking.
That's fair.
Which is funny because I wasn't even on camera. My wife actually makes fun of me because when I'm on I'm answering an email, I'll be like,
what will you be like?
Like
but you're answering an email.
It's just I'm reacting to a person. I'm like, you know, and she's like, that's so cute, you know, and I'm like,
when the I've got more, but when the show is over, you're gonna move the camera too. But when the show's over, we'll get those.
I'll wring this tablecloth out and drink.
Yeah, we'll get the. Will you? Don't do that.
I won't do that.
Sounds like a bad idea.
We
are actually funny, not that drunk, folks. I swear to you. I swear to you.
Well, I'm going to open this now because I spilled half of my.
Anyway, so buy some of our.
I didn't really. Oh yeah, do that. Buy the thing.
Yeah, buy some of our merch.
And I'll go to the. Oh God, I meant to tell you something earlier, but I didn't about the karaoke because you were listening to Orville Peck. You know, last time I went to karaoke at the 27 Club, 3 dudes did Orville Peck songs.
That's funny.
And then there's like a good many musical songs. You would love it. You should. If it's just a little late for you.
It's on Monday nights.
It's Monday nights and it's very late.
Yeah.
Like honest to God, they don't start. Like they say they start at 9. They don't really. 9:30 at the earliest. I want to say it's closer to 10.
All right. So here's the thing. So next week we don't have a show.
Okay.
I imagine you won't come up here for the show unless.
Unless.
What if we went to do the thing?
I would do the thing.
I do have a 10 o'clock meeting on Tuesday morning. but
10 o'clock is plenty. Like that's plenty late.
I can get
That's
that.
plenty late.
It would be a lot for the let's not pen it in right now. With pen in our things, but
okay.
Let's talk about it because we won't. I won't be home in time to prepare for the show.
Yeah.
I'll be home at some point on Monday.
Well, yeah.
So maybe we do it then.
If you want to do karaoke, I'm just telling you, it's hosted by a drag queen, which you like.
I don't want to do karaoke personally. I will not sing it.
You just want to go and witness or whatever.
Yeah, I want to go. Yeah, enjoy it.
Okay.
Plus, I also swore I would never go to the 27 Club again. So.
Oh, you don't like the place?
I don't really, but
it's not your scene.
It would be funny if I go again anyway.
It's not your scene, but you go if it's a drag queen and half the dudes there.
I do Orville Peck.
Orville Peck.
That becomes my scene.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of Orville Peck. There's a lot of musicals. It's a lot. It's kind of a funny club. It's like it's a gay club, but not. You know,
there are a lot of weird clubs like that in town. They aren't gay clubs, but they also are.
But they are. Yes, it's
the
gayest not gay club that is in town. You know, like
yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like a dive bar, like a 27 Club, right?
That's but it's an inclusive,
type
place, so
which is also one of the benefits of Asheville because Asheville is a fairly open place.
Yeah.
Anyway. So as we open up the actual topics, we got a number of things we want to talk about. But I do want to point out, if you're watching us, I'm glad you're watching us because the service that we use to bring our show to you, the production tool, is experiencing issues.
Oh.
So if you're on...
You got a ticket in? A Jira ticket?
No, but the actual company does. So yes, if you are watching right now on Facebook, give us a shout out, say something to us.
Thumbs up even.
Yeah, a thumbs up even would work. Something to tell us you're watching us on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, put YouTube with 3 exclamation points.
Yeah, then I'll know. Then I'll know.
Well, okay, that's a YouTube person.
Yeah. So at least I know. They said they were working on the issue. And Facebook's actually just Facebook. Facebook is just Facebook. They're actually trying to push out all third-party apps to stream live onto their platform. So
push them at like make them so they don't work.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now,
cracks. I mean,
we slide in the current rules. Like groups aren't allowed to stream using this service or any third party service. That's fine because we don't have a group, and we're a page. And the page you have to be at least 60 days old, which we obviously qualify for, or because this is our 157th episode.
Yeah,
but also
forever.
That's true.
We started this back in
4 years ago,
2017 or something, you know.
It's like really 2020. It was during the pandemic.
I know. It's
but
funny. I should have went further back. I should have been like, I should have been like
1775.
Yeah. We should put that on our thing too.
We should.
Can't miss bullshit since 1775.
But also the other criteria now for your page is you have to have at least 100 followers. I was like, oh shit. We clock in at 123.
We should
so please tell your friends.
We should put one of those ads on Craigslist like they do for the Trump rallies, like where they try to like hire people. Like we need people of color, please.
Yes.
Please watch we'll pay you $1 to watch our podcast.
I can't pay them $1 unless people buy our merch.
Right.
I don't have $1, folks.
I know.
But
drag queens. We need drag queens to watch our.
We do need drag queens to watch our shit. I will give them $1.
I'll tell you know what?
That's the tip.
When we go next week to the karaoke, I will tell Ganymede, the drag queen who hosts it.
I'm familiar with Ganymede.
I will give her a sticker and say, you need to watch this.
Please watch the show. I will give you an extra $1 tonight if you watch the show next week.
Yes.
Yes. And comment.
Comment. Tune in and comment.
I mean, even right before the show, because she's obviously there, like getting ready. She could just have it on her laptop or her phone while she's getting ready.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's one I only put down.
Watch it while you're putting your eyelashes on.
Yeah.
That's probably what she's doing about this time.
Sure, of course. I mean, she might be at home, but she might not even. Be in the venue.
She's not at the venue yet, but she's she's putting her makeup on because you probably have to start that shit out.
Yeah, that's not.
If you're a drag queen, I'm sure that takes hours.
It's to get in the character. I've seen some that take minutes and some that take hours. There's obviously a quality. There's a difference in quality. All right. So this one you sent me, I only wrote down 3 words. So you're gonna have to go with this.
Okay. What?
Shark boat battery.
Oh yeah. So apparently there was some word salad made by a former president in the last week or two, and it struck me because it kind of is up my alley in a way, but at the same time I felt like it was absolute. Although I'm kind of like, I feel like I should pull it up because I don't know the exact phrase.
Well, did you read the trees one too?
No, I didn't read that one at all. Is it stupid too?
Oh yeah, just as stupid.
Okay, hold on.
And again, we live in a world of AI. I'm not always certain what.
I know. I'm always like, yeah. I have the same thing, where I'm like, how real is this? Did this happen?
Right. Yeah, can you get a transcript of this up in here?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Because it was legit insane.
Something about in the midst of a summer barrage of shark attacks, the national news media has mounted one of its own focused on the unusual convoluted Donald Trump stunt performance. Okay, so here's the thing, and this happens. I used to say I noticed this. Goddamn, I feel like a decade ago I noticed this happened. On summers where there's a slow news cycle, shark attacks become a thing again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or killer bees, one or the other. Yeah. And that's been going on since we were kids. You remember when you were a kid? I used to be scared to death that fucking killer bees was going to be a thing. Like they were always like, oh, they're coming up from South America and they're heading this way. They're already in Mexico and they're going to be here any day now.
Right. And I'm 50 now and it's still the same story every time. They're almost here. I mean, I'm not worried about killer bees anymore. Apparently, they're very slow with their little hobo sacks. They're just like slowly walking up from South America with their little sacks on their back.
Well, they got stopped at the border.
They're riding the rails.
Because there's a
wall.
There's a wall there, yeah. And so they can't just like head on over, whenever.
Poor little bees.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean they're not on our asylum list or anything. Like we're not like, sorry, you're
the killer bees. Yeah, exactly. I thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger issue in my adult life than it has been.
It happened to everybody in a 1970s or early 80s TV program.
Yeah, for sure.
At some point, they were like, "Oh my God, I'm trapped in quicksand." You were like, "What the fuck is it?" I don't even believe that that's a thing. I think it doesn't exist.
I just read a story of somebody that got trapped in quicksand, and they were like, "Shit."
In my experience, there is mud that will pull the shoes off of your feet. Okay,
sure,
and make you have to fish around the mud for the shoe, but. That's about the worst it ever gets.
Or you just don't have a shoe anymore.
Or just sometimes you're just like, I didn't care about those shoes anyway.
I don't have that shoe. I no longer have that shoe.
Yeah, sorry, Swamp. I guess you get a shoe.
Yeah, but then future generations are like, look what we found.
A single shoe.
Like a past age. Did you find the transcript or did you give up on finding the transcript?
I don't know. I was trying to find the actual quote. This is it's probably an opinion article like going on and on about it.
Sure.
And I was waiting for it to get the actual quote.
Sure.
I
see here's some quotation marks.
Here's some quotation. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. That's one part of it. Okay. Well, that's not the part I was looking for. No. That is the thing he said. I understand also. The part I was talking about was the Jesus. Okay.
Well, sharks. It was a whole word salad of sharks and electric boats.
Yeah. What if you had an electric boat and somehow it sank or something, and the battery shorted out,
and now you're going to be electrocuted,
and there's a shark 10 yards over there or something. And I'm like, as a person who has lived his entire fucking life being frightened of sharks, I kind of get it, but at the same time, I also am a pragmatist. And I know like the odds of actually being eaten by a shark are pretty low. And this whole scenario sounds like the kind of shit that like a crazy person would say.
When it was a whole weird rant about an electric boat.
Yeah, like, was the problem the electric boat?
It seems
what if Elon Musk made the electric boat though? Would it be okay then?
I don't know what goes on.
If Elon Musk made an ugly electric boat that nobody wanted to own.
It doesn't even look like it would be seaworthy. It just
it looks like it was rendered on a 1990s PS1 console. It's exactly. A square boat.
It's just a square boat. A square, shiny metal boat with a battery.
Yes. Would that be okay then? Would it be okay for it to be electric if it's run by a right-wing asshole and it looks like ass?
Yeah, no, it was very.
That's what I want to know.
It was very, very confusing. Yeah, we should have pulled the actual quote.
I know. I really should have had this up already. I'm sorry.
And, I mean, if we get, but it was, but the trees one, and I don't have the trees one up either. And again, we live in a world of AI. Did this happen to this? Not, I legit don't know.
I don't know either.
But I kind of don't care either.
Hey, related to this, sorry, I'm going to spin for a second. I'm going to zig and zag because I feel like I've already said what I need to say about it. All right. Have you heard that on the anniversary of the billionaire sub pop that they're going to make, somebody's talking about doing it again? And I'm like, I'm cool with it.
I mean,
hey, listen, if billionaires want to go to outer space or to the bottom of the ocean, I'm okay with it. Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, I agree with that. But my Lord, that situation was literally a billionaire built a sub without any knowledge of how to build a sub, and then not only took himself out. I mean, granted, the other people bought tickets to it, so
and they were probably wealthy people. Like,
one of them was a 19-year-old kid.
Well,
that kid did not sign up to die, and not just die a little bit, die of being like smooshed,
yeah,
in a crumpling submarine of metal.
I bet it was quick though.
I hope so.
I mean, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, dear God, if people do that again, like.
I don't know, man, if I can get the whole quote. There's an MSNBC News that says why Trump's weird rant about boats, batteries, and sharks matters.
I mean, it matters in that Jesus Christ, stop voting for this man.
Right. If this guy is off his fucking rocker carrying on about sharks and batteries, like, which is not like, as a person again who's scared to death of sharks, I'm going to tell you this is a non-issue. It's very easy not to get eaten by a shark. Listen, I'm 50 years old. I haven't been eaten by a shark yet. I'm terrified of sharks. Like, this is my worst fear, and I've not yet been eaten by a shark. And I'm not terribly worried that it will ever happen to me.
Right. You're just not going to go in the ocean to find out. Like,
I mean, I will go in the ocean to an extent. Depends on where, how deep in the ocean and where.
And if there have been recent shark sightings.
Yeah, that. Here's the thing. At this point in time, Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, okay. And I'll also get on this. Oh, God, this is like tangents upon tangents. First off, great whites aren't going to eat you, okay? They're not. They don't care. Also, you can track every great white on Earth has a tracker on it. at this point.
Yeah,
you can see where they're at.
Like bears in our neighborhood.
You can see where they're at. They've tracked. There's a thing called Shark Watch. You can go to that website. It'll tell you where every great white on Earth is at. It also they've also tagged most of the tiger sharks and a lot of other shark blues and some other things, but makos,
hammerheads.
Some, but give or take on the hammerheads. And
hammerheads are just the coolest shark.
They
are objectively.
They're awesome.
The coolest shark.
Like that's a fucking weird thing. Like why would you evolve to look like that? But why wouldn't you? But it was an aesthetic. It was an aesthetic decision. They were just like, we just want this to be different.
We just have our eyes out here.
How about that would be cool? Like, what if we did that?
Yeah.
Anyhow, I mean, honest to God, bull sharks bite you. Those are the ones that bull sharks and tigers are the two that are going to bite you. I'm actually more scared of bull sharks, and only because of this. Because bull sharks don't give a fuck how saline the water is. They'll swim up a fucking river.
Sure.
They've caught bull sharks way the fuck, like almost up in Tennessee on the Mississippi. Okay.
Well, Ted, the Mississippi doesn't go anywhere near Tennessee.
It does.
It really doesn't.
Memphis.
Oh, Memphis. You're right. I'm thinking the other way. You're right. You're correct. Because it goes down through, but way.
But listen. At that point, you're way the fuck away from the ocean. Like you're miles and miles from. So what I'm saying is, bull sharks are the ones to be scared of because they don't give a fuck how salty the water is.
I guess the question: did they go up the Mississippi or did they go across to the Mississippi?
Across from where?
Like any of the tributaries that make their way to the Mississippi.
I don't think anything goes.
Yeah, everything from here goes to everything from the Smoky Mountains.
Yes,
to the Mississippi.
but those are freshwater, so they have to come up from the Gulf.
Well, yeah, but the Gulf is also freshwater. I mean, well, not the Gulf. The Mississippi is. Also
the Mississippi
freshwater.
is freshwater. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. They come in from the Gulf and they go up the Mississippi. There's been a rumor that they've actually seen them on the Tennessee River, but I don't. That might be speculative. Anywho. I'm just saying, so bull sharks are the ones you need to be worried about after that tiger shark. So those are the ones that actually eat people and seem to like it. Great whites, if they bite you, they'll spit you out. I mean, you'll be good and maimed, but
sure.
But they didn't mean to. They're like, I thought you were a seal, you motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you thrash around, and then you hit them in the nose, and they eventually swim away.
Supposedly, yeah. And even with the tiger sharks, I've watched a lot of videos because this is somehow or another got on my reels now.
Well, because
I watched one or two shark videos.
It did.
And I watched one or two shark videos, and now all my videos are shark videos. But apparently, if a tiger shark comes at you, you put your hand right under its nose, and you put the other hand like under its mouth, and you kind of just push it off like that. And he's like, oh, okay, fuck you. Okay, I'm out of here.
Sure. You sort of redirect the shark.
You redirect them.
Go this way.
No, don't eat me.
Let's go this way. Well, I don't remember the exact quote about trees, but it's a similar one. And again, may or may not be true. But the quote about trees was something to the effect of trees can only live for about 18 months because after that, they just fall down. They just explode. It happens. They explode. It was something like that. And first of all, when the fuck is a tree? I mean, an 18-month-old tree doesn't typically just explode. I'm 50 and I've never experienced an 18-month-old tree. I'm very certain
I just had 2 trees cut down on my property that were probably, I would have said 80 years old.
All of the trees in our backyard, including the fig tree we just got. Well, the fig tree is just shy of 18 months.
Okay, well, it's going to explode any day now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anytime.
Does the whole tree explode or just the figs go?
Well, we haven't had figs yet. So, no, I'm going to put we're going to have a fig watch. I'm going to put a camera on it.
Okay.
Close to the 18-month mark.
Oh, and see if it explodes. All right.
Do not hold me to this, internet. But that's something. Maybe I will. Maybe I really will.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
It could happen.
All right. Well, speaking of trees and gardening, you mentioned that you've been gardening a lot.
I have been, because it's been a pleasant summer up until this week.
This week has been hot as balls.
It decided finally it's going to be summer, but so normally my gardening season is April, right?
Right.
So for the month of April, I go out and I plant like 5 or 6 things, and I really give a shit about the yard for the month of April. And then at the end of April, I'm like, oh, it's too hot. I can't with this fucking shit. I'm all right. Whatever I planted either lives or dies. Like that's usually what happens.
Sure.
But it's been pleasant from April until last week. So I've been very into the garden, and I've been to, back and forth to nurseries and shit. I planted a load of shit this year, and I've got this whole bed that's like pollinators and stuff, for like, I'm trying to create a butterfly garden over on one side of the yard.
Sure.
And I already had a fair amount of things, but one thing that's been pissing me off is, as soon as things get like to a certain height and they're just about to bloom, the motherfucking squirrels bite the goddamn buds off the top of the plants. And apparently this is the thing they do. They love fucking like buds.
The freshest of flowers.
But like right before it blooms, like when it's just getting like just starting to fill out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the shit." It's basically like broccoli, I guess. I mean, that's what broccoli is. It's like it's a flower bud, right?
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh my god, I fucking love those things." And so they bit the heads off of so many of my fucking flowers. Listen, I planted a coneflower that cost me $30 the other day. Okay, I've been waiting for it to bloom. It's been almost ready to bloom. I walked out there this morning to look at it because I thought, okay, today's the day I'm going to see the bloom. I saw the bloom. It's on the fucking ground. It got bit off by a fucking squirrel. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these motherfucking squirrels. I'm gonna get myself a rubber snake and throw it in that flower bed.
Yeah, that's
like that. I was trying to think because I don't want to kill squirrels, but I don't want them in a flower bed either.
Well, I've got a solution for you.
What's that?
Have I ever got a solution for you? So we've also been working outside. We completely redid our carport.
Yeah.
We have an old 1950s carport behind our house.
Oh, I think I know what your solution might be, but
no, you do not. You 100% do not. You think you know, you do not know. So we did this carport the other day. Matt was out of town, and we bought a bar to go under because we use it as a patio, right? Yeah. So I was outside putting the bar together. All by myself. I'm putting the bar together. It's great fun.
You had Allen key and everything.
I did. I had the Allen wrench 100%. And I put the bar together. I'm doing it. I'm listening to some Orville Peck. I got a iced chai. Eventually I got a beer when it took me longer than I thought it was. And so anyway, I'm out there doing this, and our neighbors on that side, on the side closest to the carport are outside too. And I didn't bother them because I was doing my thing. They were doing their thing. So I didn't say anything. But I'm minding my damn business. I am putting together this bar, and all of a sudden I hear crash, 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 squeal. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And everybody from the neighbors, they're the family of 3, they all come running down to the yard from their deck, and they're like, oh my God. Their dog, Archie, killed a fucking squirrel.
Oh, okay.
You hear this noise. It literally, he must have run into their shed. He's a hound boxer mix.
Yeah.
He's
I know
not
Archie.
a small dog, right? He's a medium-sized dog. He must have just run into the shed, killed the squirrel, and then we heard this screaming from the squirrel.
Yeah.
It gets better. He has the squirrel. He killed the squirrel. He's like, oh shit, the squirrel's dead. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Trigger warning, there's squirrel death in this episode.
Has died. The squirrel is dead. And I don't think he meant to, he is always going after squirrels, but I don't think he ever
expected to catch one.
Yeah, he never expected to catch one.
No, because my dogs go after squirrels too, and I'm like, I'm surprised a dog, dogs don't generally catch, they chase squirrels, but they don't catch squirrels.
Correct. And I think Archie was as surprised as everyone.
He's like, I'll be damned.
But their other dog, Gertie, who's a rescue boxer, apparently ran down into the yard and took the squirrel.
Oh yeah, she's like, I'll deal with that, thank you.
Well, she did. She took it into her doghouse and posed it as if it was her baby on her bed. And Ricky went out. We all heard that happen. We all had this moment where holy shit, did you hear that? This happened. Oh my God. And then I finished what I was doing. I came inside, and then 20 minutes later, I got a text of this squirrel, peacefully posed on a dog bed. And he's like, Gertie did that. We didn't put her there. It's Gertie's baby. And I'm like, isn't that the plot of horror movies? Probably. Gertie thinks this squirrel is her dead squirrel is her baby. And then it becomes the spawn of Satan or something. It was, Oh my God. So if you want to get rid of the squirrels, I recommend Archie.
Okay.
You thought it was going to be the cat, didn't you?
I did. I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the cat. And I was like, well, but you the one who taught me. Like, the reason I have short-legged cats now is because I used to have house cats that could get out in the yard and kill things. And now, to be fair, my short-legged cats kill a fair amount of things, but they only kill what's on the deck.
Because they can't
jump off the deck because their legs are this short. They're like little wiener cats,
Munchkins is
yes, they're wiener. Yeah, Munchkins is the name of the cat breed that they are, but they can't jump down off the deck, which is why I got small ones, because I've lost all my long-legged cats because they get out in the yard and then coyotes get them.
Right?
Yeah, and so I'm done with that shit. But these cats are murder machines. Let's be honest. Like, my cats have they've killed probably 20 or 30 tiger swallowtails this year. Thankfully, those are not endangered. I looked them up because I was starting to worry.
Sure, you're like, oh shit.
I was like, oh my God, if my cats are responsible for killing like an entire breed of butterfly, I'm going to be very sad. But I looked them up and they were like, no, this is one of the few breeds that's not remotely endangered. And I was like, well, thank God.
It's like being murdered.
Because every fucking time I walk in my bathroom, there's a dead one on the floor.
Jeez.
Torn to shreds.
Oh, God.
And then if it's not that, it's one of those blue-tailed skinks. They kill those like every third day. And I'm like, I don't know why anything living comes up on my deck anymore. Like that. And I'm starting
right. You think that you're like, this is on you now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way. And also, skinks are fucking fast. Like, if you ever try to catch one as a human being, you can't catch one.
No, they go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, if you got caught by that cat, that's kind of your fault. First off, all you have to do is stay off the deck.
Right.
Like, it's not that big. It's like, of all the property around here, it's a very small area. If you stay off of it, the cats won't kill you.
I mean, you think it would be like, in horror movies where like the people are walking through the woods and they come up, keep out.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I wish I could write signs in butterfly and skin and put them around my deck. I'd be like, do not enter.
But that's also.
But they would still be like, what do you reckon's back here?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the plot of every human horror movie.
Well, I bet you that's how fucking stupid butterflies are. They'd be like, well, what happens if I do cross this line? You reckon?
And then I'm like,
help. It's tearing my wings off.
Right, what's happening? So, the squirrels, man. And,
God, yeah. No, the squirrels, though. Yeah, Jesus. They're so, and also I almost hit a squirrel twice this week. I'm pretty good. Like, I'll tell you, the Miata stops on a fucking dime. Like, I'll see them like hanging around. You know how they do? They hang around in the middle of the fucking street.
Sure.
And then as soon as you stop, then they dart back and forth like a maniac for a minute, and then they finally are like, oh, I guess this. I don't know where I was headed. And you're like, you fucking, like, I swear to God, one day I was cooking. I was taking somebody to work. And I was driving and I was going like 60 miles an hour down the side road out in the country here, between my house and the Purple Onion. And I was hauling ass. And then all of a sudden I had to slam on brakes because there's a fucking squirrel in the middle of the road. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. I said to the squirrel, you fucking idiot. And I'm sure the squirrel was unfazed. He was like, whatever.
Not phased.
I mean, a day that the squirrel lives, he's unfazed.
That's true. Right.
I'll say, even if you do hit the squirrel, you're not putting a dent in the squirrel population. And I probably feel bad about it. But on the other hand, the crows would eat the squirrel later that day. So circle of life,
Right. No, absolutely. All right. So we're going to segue here.
Okay.
Go to something completely different.
Okay.
Because you mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and I thought this was
it
was pretty funny, and we needed to revisit it.
Oh.
So recently, at the urging of your long-suffering wife, you invested in hearing aids.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a hot take on the hearing aid.
I did. I got them. Okay. And then I haven't worn them much because when I do put them in, I don't have them on today. I think I wore them last week though.
You did one of the last few weeks.
I had them in one day. So the thing about them is though that you don't just hear like talking louder. You hear every you hear ants marching and I don't mean the fucking Dave. Matthews song.
Yeah, although that would be pretty bad.
No,
too.
I mean like ants marching from like the Tom and Jerry cartoon. You mean like you can hear a gnat sneeze across the house. You if you open or close a door, it's like like.
Well, you had a specific quote that I thought was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard.
Okay.
When you said it, so I think you need to.
Okay, it sounds like Foley art. It sounds like you're listening to like a 1920s radio drama.
Well, and you said if you're a fan of Foley art, get yourself some hearing aids.
Yes, because everything is like, I swear to God, like because like you'll be walking and you can hear your own footsteps like, and then you go through the door and it's like, and everything you do is like amplified, and it's like all I really wanted to do was hear people talk. I just wanted to be able to hear human communication. I don't need all this other shit. And so now it's made me feel like maybe I can stand to go deaf. I didn't realize that the world was full of this many sounds.
Maybe I can stand to go deaf. Oh, I'm on your side with a certain portion, because you mentioned, you don't always respond when people are talking to you. But usually there's a very specific, like if somebody's talking to you like this, right?
Yeah.
Or like face to face.
Right. Yeah.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're like, I got that.
It's when we're going for a walk and the person gets in front of me and they're facing forward talking to me while I'm behind them, and I'm like,
I can't.
Like, you understand the Doppler effect? Do you know how that works? Like,
right, you're talking into the void. Like, I'm back here.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking that way. Of course I can't hear you.
Right. That's not how it works.
No, I do that. I deal with that all the time. And I'm not saying my hearing's great, because it's not. And I'm also genetically disposed to my mother, although she has a tumor in part of her ear, and that's probably part of why she's gone deaf. But it's a benign tumor.
I feel like I'll tell you this about people who go deaf. Part of it is you're tired of hearing shit. You just don't care. You don't care. Like, nobody's got anything to say anyway, so fuck it, whatever.
Well, I wonder that sometimes, I wonder now, like the times where, especially me, because I was the youngest and there's such an age difference. Like the times where I was like, Mom, like, was she ignoring me? Or did she just not hear me? And also, are those two things the same?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Have you know that bit from Family Guy though, where he's like, Mummy,
Yeah.
Mom, yeah, because kids are fucking annoying. Yeah, so you just tune them out. Emily actually is not deaf, and she can do that. She can just
with the kids.
She can just tune her fucking kids the fuck out. Like, I can't do that. Like, I hear everything.
You're like, just fucking respond to them.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, your child is asking you a question. Shit, it's making me crazy. And and I'm deaf, but I can still hear them like doing the thing. And I'm like, shut up. Oh my God. But anyway.
So here's the thing I wonder. This, I don't know if this is a legit thing. I haven't looked into it like medically or anything. Like, do your ears get tired throughout the day?
So not like my eyes do. My eyes
definitely do that.
Yeah.
But like if I'm watching, like, say it's a Saturday and
I get what you're saying though, because you don't watch TV until late at night.
Right. But if I'm like, it's a Saturday and I'm just I'm watching TV all day. I'm just like binge watching something. And in the morning I have my TV turned to like 10 and I can hear it just fine. Like it's fine. But then by like lunchtime, I need to turn it up a little because I can barely hear. And then like by the time like I'm watching TV before bed, if I've been literally binge watching all day, like it's up to 30 or 40 because I can't hear shit.
Yeah. Well, except the explosions.
I cannot hear dialogue.
The machine guns and the explosions are always at full volume. But then whenever people talk, it's always like, did you hear the thing about the guy who said that? And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you have to put the fucking closed caption on too, because you're like, I might as well just read this shit.
I can't do this. In fact, on a plane recently, the earphones I have, they're great earphones if they're on my phone. But I learned they don't work with airplanes because they don't have their own volume control. It's just the volume on the device you're listening to.
Right? Okay.
This set of earphones. And so I was trying to watch a movie on the plane back, and I plugged in my own earphones. Or it was actually, it's a long story, but I plugged in my own earphones and I couldn't hear the movie at all. And there was I had it turned up as far as it could go.
Did you turn the closed caption on?
I did.
Okay.
So I read a movie on the way home instead of reading. But I'm like, that was my option.
Oh my God. This is going to give me a little short aside real quick because I also watched a movie on a plane in the last 6 months. And then, like, the fucking movie didn't wrap up before the plane.
Oh, God, I hate that.
And then, so I had to come home and watch the last 10 minutes of a fucking movie at home. Because I started watching it on a plane.
Did you have to buy the movie, or did you? At least it was a free.
It was a free movie. It was an Alfred Hitchcock movie from the '60s. So it was,
well, that's fair.
It was old as fuck, and so it was free. You know, it was on Tubi or something.
That's fair. But
I had to fast forward all the way to the fucking
all the way to the end.
10 minutes in.
Well, right. And if you're watching something free on Tubi and you fast forward all the way to the end,
you still have to watch all the commercials.
You have to watch all of the.
You have to watch every commercial break.
Yeah.
And then keep fast forwarding.
Yeah.
And then you'll finally get to the 10 minutes that you need to watch.
That's the price of free television.
That is the price of free.
That is absolutely.
But I still appreciate Tubi because Tubi puts on, like, they have no limits. Like, because they've got, I guess, a revenue stream. They don't care. Like, they'll put on any fucking movie. Like, you want to watch Chud or The Stuff or any of that. I like a lot of fucking bad 80s horror movies or sci-fi movies that I remember fondly from my childhood, and I'm trying to find them somewhere. It's the only service that has them.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll watch commercials if you're airing the stuff. I don't give a fuck. I'll watch it. So there.
I watched Pluto TV, which is also a free TV.
Pluto and Tubi are basically the same thing. Like everything that's on Tubi is on Pluto also.
Yeah. But basically. They also Pluto TV had the the pre-show for the Tonys, which was just on yesterday.
Okay.
So the only place you could watch it was on Pluto TV.
Huh.
I was like, well, it works right because I already have Pluto TV, but even if I didn't, it would just be free.
It's free.
It's free. Just download Pluto.
Yeah.
But that's a great way for Pluto to get their name out in front of people who aren't already on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, theater geeks? Sure. Let's do that.
Okay.
No, and it was fun.
Now now it makes me curious whether there's like some, like whether Pluto carries something like Hedwig or something.
They
probably do.
Who knows?
I don't know. Hold on. I'm curious now to see where Hedwig is streaming.
But one thing I did learn is that Pluto does not have an accurate dump button if somebody says a bad word on the TV. Because somebody's speech in the pre-show, because the pre-show for the Tonys, it's not like it's not like a Super Bowl pre-show. Pre-show for the Tonys is like all the awards nobody cares about, right?
Yeah.
Like, and somebody wanted
I got you. Like stage direction.
Yeah, like little
behind the sines shit. Yeah. Best costume,
which is important stuff. It's very important stuff.
No, it is important. Because if they didn't have it, you wouldn't like the show.
But it's not the Tonys is performance, big awards, like the big name awards. Anyway, this one guy got an award. He goes up on stage and he said, "I can't believe I'm crying in front of so many fucking people." And then Pluto just dropped the feed, like it was gone. It was completely gone for like 2 minutes. So
my experience has been with Pluto and Tubi is that they don't censor things at all.
Well, right. I was kind of surprised they did, but because it's I guess because of the type of broadcast it was, because it was a live broadcast as opposed to like a uncensored, you're watching it.
Okay.
And they're still subject to the fines from the whatever.
Okay. So it's not the same thing as like saying, if you say beforehand this movie's rated R, then you can have an F-bomb and nobody's going to give a shit. Okay.
But because it's live, it's still, is it the FCC? What?
Yeah, it's the FCC that cares about it.
So they could still fine Tubi for having lives. So
so they just dropped the audio feed, just cut out
the whole feed. The whole thing, it was just went black.
It went black
for like the rest of this guy's speech, and then it picked back up again.
This guy doesn't have a
we're done with him.
He's got a potty mouth.
We're over him. The funny part is it didn't even, because I don't have that sort of like
the sensibility.
Yeah, the trigger.
You didn't clutch your pearls.
No, I talk like a fucking sailor. Like here at home, like fucking is like a comma.
Yeah.
Like
that's them just sentence enhancers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just what I say.
It just makes your sentence more spicy.
So I hear this and it didn't register until the screen went black.
And you're like, what?
Oh, he just said.
Oh, okay. He said the
F
word. That's what happened. Okay.
That's what he said. All right, so
just to answer a question I asked that nobody cares about.
Okay.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch is not free anywhere.
Not free anywhere.
Okay. You have to pay $3 or more.
All right. We only have a few more minutes.
Oh my gosh.
But speaking of dropping F-bombs, you mentioned you wanted to talk about band banter.
Oh God, yeah. So I've seen several. I see a lot of free. My wife owns a restaurant that's also a music venue, so I see a lot of bands perform. And one of the things I noticed that makes or breaks sometimes a show is the shit people say between songs. Right? It matters. There are bands you see that are funny, like they have like some banter they have some jokes or whatever.
Sure.
And then there's bands that you see that like just bore the pants off you because between every song they stop and they're like, so I wrote this next song when I was going through a really hard time. Like, and that shit drives me crazy. And here's why. Because if your song is worth a shit, if you're a good songwriter,
it doesn't matter.
Well, I will pick up that you wrote the song during a hard time.
Right, exactly.
I don't like having a song explained to me before you play it. I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I feel like that's like a if the forward in a book was like, so ostensibly this book is a horror, and what I want you to do is be scared. That's kind of what that's what I get with songwriters who try to explain the song too much before they start playing.
Sure.
I'm like, shut the fuck up and play the song. Like, if your song is worth a shit, I will connect with it emotionally. That's how songs work.
Right.
Britney Spears never explained a song before I heard it on the fucking radio. I just heard it and I had a reaction. I either cared or I didn't care. You know what I mean? Elton John never explained a goddamn thing to me when I was a child. I'm Still Standing. I don't know. Kind of like a good song. Sound like a positive message to me.
Sure.
It resonated.
Sure. Yeah, no, the only exception to that I will have is when you do like a singer-songwriter in the round.
Okay.
When it's, a bunch of different artists and they only get to play one or two songs.
Sure.
That often it will be when it rotates, they'll give their little story.
I'm not saying,
which I'm fine.
I'm not saying the song explanation is always sucky, but it often is.
Well, and if you're certain performers, if you know when to do that, right?
Yeah.
I knew a band once where there was a guitarist who wasn't the most what's the word I'm looking for? Confident about things. So he would, between every song, have to tune. He didn't need to tune, but he was so not confident.
Wait, was this the person Matt was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he would tune a little, but that meant that
it sounded like you tune a lot.
You did. So that meant the lead singer of the band had to fill that time.
Yeah.
And it would become like stupid banter because they didn't.
Because you have to have something to say. And I've been in bands where we had a fair amount of banter, but I feel like so band banter to me should mostly be comedy. That's the ideal thing is to have some comedy there.
I had a friend in high school. He was two different friends in high school. They were in different bands. But I went to a show they did where they played together at a coffee shop one time. And one of the funniest things they did is between every single song, they said, "We're so-and-so," but they changed the name of the band every time.
Absolutely.
And it was so fucking funny.
And I mentioned, like, I was in a band one time and we used to do this thing where our band banner would be like, I was in a band that played mostly instrumentals. We were a post-rock band that played instrumental songs. Right. Aside from, like, we had like 3 or 4 songs that had lyrics, but most of them didn't. And we would be like, before we launch into an instrumental, we'd be like, this is a song about people who don't support the scene. It would be these like tropes from punk rock,
right?
Well, like this is a song about racism, and then we would just play this instrument,
right? Exactly, exactly.
It was just like that. That was our way of like just being funny as fuck. Like to me, it was funny. I don't know. The people watching might have been like, I don't understand what's going on, but we got a chuckle out amongst ourselves.
Exactly.
Hey, here's the thing I want to mention so I mentioned this shit to Emily's Uncle Howard. Because I was sitting there listening to some band where they did all the tropes. They really did all the things. Every song, they had the worst fucking banter. And it was like, I was killing me. I was like, just play the fucking song, Jesus Christ. And I said something to him about it. He was like, he sent me a fucking list. He's like, here it is. I was going through a tough time when I wrote this song. That's pretty standard. 2, we're gonna take it down a notch.
Yeah.
3, when I looked into that baby's eyes, I understood what it was all about.
Oh, that one kills me. That one absolutely kills me. Although it reminded me, I think we've had a show about this before. But yes, that one absolutely kills me. When I looked into the baby's eyes. Like, I'm gonna write this song when I
also this song won something in some songwriting contest, and then you never heard the fucking like obviously there's 1,000 songwriting contests, and every song is a winner.
Yeah, the only time I've ever found that to be successful was were 2 novelty bands, right? They were they're favorites of mine, Paul and Storm and Jonathan Coulton. They're novelty acts, right? Yes. They're nerdy bands. But my favorite was Paul and Storm opened for Jonathan Coulton, and they told a story where they entered, both of them were in, Paul and Storm and Jonathan Coulton were in the same songwriting competition, contest. And one of the challenges in the contest was to write a song in the style of one of the other people in the contest.
Yes.
So Paul and Storm, they're
like, a Jonathan Coulton song?
Yeah, they're like, well, we figured he writes about sea monsters who are sad and math. And I played the song. It was about sea monsters and being sad and math. And it was fucking hilarious.
It's like the Kraken who can't do algebra or
basically, something. Like, I don't even remember the song because it's not even one of their like main songs.
Sure, yeah.
It was just something they'd done for that. And that was funny. And that's funny banter.
That's what I'm talking about.
But they're both comedy acts. Like, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah, I get you. But I'm saying, like, I see loads of live acts, and the ones that can be funny between songs.
Yes.
I feel like what you said between songs mattered. And the ones where they're just like, I looked into that baby's eyes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, I don't like their banner, and I probably don't like their songs either.
That's fair.
Like, they're run of the mill bullshit.
Sure.
Usually.
Sure.
Oh God, one of my favorite acts of all time that I love as a live act is this guy. He's out of Dayton, Ohio. Used to be a 2-piece, but he operates under the name Swearing at Motorists, but it's basically this one guy. Okay?
Sure.
And whatever drummer.
Like Mountain Goats. Like, yes. Yeah, a lot of bands like that.
Yes, like, 9 Inch Nails, whatever. Right. He's the center of the band, and whoever he finds to work with. Anyway, I remember one time I was watching him. I think this was in Chapel Hill or something, and he was doing this bit between 2 songs, and he says, I'm gonna do my Robert De Niro impression. He goes, "You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me?" And somebody says, "That's Al Pacino." And he goes, "Ah!" And then he goes, just plays a song.
That's funny.
And I was like, "That's awesome." He'll also do a thing where if you know how sometimes when you're at a concert and everybody's standing at the back of the fucking room,
right?
He will jump down into the audience and walk out into the audience, right, and like play right in fucking front of you.
Yeah.
Like just antagonize you, basically. Like come up to the front of the stage, and he has a little like he'll make up songs. I remember one time he was just like strumming the guitar, going like something like "Stand Up." He sang some song. It was like "Stand Up for Rock and Roll" or something. Something he made up off the cuff.
Sure.
And basically like get off your ass and come up here to the front of the stage.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I was just like, I love that shit. Like that's the kind of stuff, like interaction, making me feel like part of the show. I'm entertained.
Right.
That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear like, this is what this song's about. I don't need, like, if your song's worth of shit, I'll sort out what it's about.
Well,
there's only like 3 songs in the history of the world that I don't know what they're about. And we'll have to put this on the list at some point. I think we did actually. The story songs of the 1970s.
Yeah, we do have
We're coming back to it because one of them, the Billy Joe Manhattan, jumped off the Tallahatchie.
We actually have that on the list.
I don't know what the fuck that's about. Okay, but very few songs, like, do I hear them and go, "What the fuck is that about?" Right. Most of the time, if a song's worth of shit, even if a song is a song I don't like "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant" by Billy Joel.
Like, I get it.
That's my example of the worst song ever written, by the way. I know what it's about. It's about an Italian restaurant where a bunch of shit happens.
Right. Exactly.
I just don't like it.
All right. Well, on that note, we do have to close out.
We do.
Partially because I have to pee.
Oh yeah.
Partially
we both have to pee.
Because
there's gonna be a whole lot of peeing.
We got a pizza on its way.
We do. Oh, it's past 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
we're way over
it's
time.
Past 8 o'clock. So
yeah.
That's all. Why don't you take us away?
Okay. Bill Has Opinions is engineered and produced by Laura Lavoie. The opinions of Bill are his and his alone, unless Laura agreed with him. In which case they agreed. I don't know how he felt about sharks and boats and whatever. We both don't want to be in the water when a boat sinks because our battery died or whatever.
Fair.
I don't know. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Be sure to buy our merchandise for one thing.
Please do.
It'll cure your gout.
That's what I hear.
Second, and a drag queen and the HRC get some money if you buy it soon.
Scan this code.
Yes. What else? Be sure to like and subscribe if you're on
YouTube's
follow us on Facebook. Hopefully you're watching us on Facebook and it's working.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, I think it was working for Facebook. YouTube is still
YouTube's iffy. We don't know.
We don't know. We'll it'll end up there eventually.
Okay,
so.
we just don't know if it live streams.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Fair enough. Anyway, hashtag can't miss bullshit opinion gang. If you got some questions, comments, concerns, ideas for future shows, whatever the fuck, you guys say something to us, put it in one of those hashtags, and it'll link back to us. Anyways, also, what am I going to say? I guess we're off next week. You said
so we are off.
We won't have a show next week, but when we do return, we'll be talking about
I believe IPAs,
yeah. Summer IPAs, tropical IPAs.
Yeah. So
the dankest and haziest.
Nope, not the dankest.
But the haziest.
Hazy.
Maybe hazies.
Maybe hazies.
Okay, hazy and tropical IPAs is what we'll be talking about.
Correct.
If you like beers, that's not my it's not my style. I'm gravitating that way.
Well, we'll talk about them in the show because there are actual scientific reasons for that.
Yes, I know. All about science.
See, we're educational.
There you go. So tune in then 2 weeks from now, and we'll talk about that. In the meantime, purchase some merchandise, please, and we'll see you then. And also have a good couple of weeks.
All right. Bye, everybody.
We love you.
We do love you. We love you. Bye.